Today we're going to do, as our very first Cooking with Jimmy episode, we're going to make a dish that is one of James's very favorite things. What are we having today, James?
Bulgogi.
Bulgogi. It's a Korean steak dish that is very delicious, and we're going to be assembling these little lettuce wraps with rice, but we're going to start kind of from scratch here. This is our first time, so bear with us. We've never done any kind of cooking show. Start off here, we've got one bowl. I've got my various ingredients in here. First thing I'm gonna do is I've got some minced garlic. So I use heavy garlic. I've got 8 or 9 cloves of minced garlic here. Here I have some thinly sliced white onion. It's about 1/2 of a small white onion. And here are some chopped scallions. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by dropping in all my garlic along with all my white onion and all my chopped scallion. That's 2 chopped green onions, about 8 cloves of garlic, and I have 1/2 of a thinly sliced white onion. To that, we're going to add, considering here I've got about just under 3 pounds of beef, I'm going to add, I would say, about 1/4 cup of soy sauce. To that, I'm going to add some toasted sesame oil. I'm going to add about, I'd say, tablespoon and 1/2 of sesame oil. To that, I've got some organic white sugar. I'm going to add to this about 2 heaping tablespoons of sugar to that. Then, this is one of my favorite all-time ingredients in the world, and it's called Bulgogi spicy chili crisp. Spicy, crispy chili oil. So I'm going to add to this about that much. So I've added about a teaspoon of the Bulgogi spicy chili crisp. This is a very important ingredient to bulgogi. This is a peeled Asian pear. So I'm just going to take this pear and I'm just going to grate it. I'm going to grate the whole pear. This is going to add that sweetness and also that extra tenderizing effect of the beef. Here are our ingredients. We got soy sauce, garlic, green onion. I put in a little bit of my Bulgogi chili crisp, white onion, and a full grated pear, and some toasted sesame oil. These are bulk sesame seeds. So these are kind of light. They're not toasted. So in order to bring out the flavor, I'm just going to take a dry skillet. I'm going to put in there. I'm going to use some of these after. So I'm going to put in there probably 1/4 cup or so, maybe 5 or 6 tablespoons. And I'm just going to put these on high heat, and I'm just going to kind of slowly brown them. So here's our delicious marinade. And while those sesame seeds are getting going, we're going to show you how to slice the beef. What we've done now is just prepare the marinade. Now we need to prepare our beef. I'm using here some prime top sirloin steaks. These are about $11.99. Here we go. We're going to take this steak, and I'm just going to cut it in real thin slices. It's very important to have a sharp knife to cut very thin slices of this beef. And I'm just going to slice this beef as thinly as I can do it. Thin is absolutely crucial for this dish because you want it to cook fast and you also want it to tenderize. Okay, as you can see, I have toasted my sesame seeds until they just get slightly browned. You got to be careful. If you let them go too long, they will burn very easy. I'm going to take about 1/2 of these. I'm going to add them right into my marinade here. You can see, I'm going to save the other 1/2 to the end. Ooh, look at that sizzle and pop going on in there. Those hot seeds with the marinade. Remember, I'm cutting it against the grain in thin slices. So I'm going to finish up my last few thin slices here. Got our marinade. I'm just going to stir that up. And I forgot to add one more ingredient, a little bit of honey. 2 tablespoons of honey or so. Now, here I have all of my thinly sliced, beautiful beef here. We're just going to go and drop it all right on in this marinade. Now, I'm just going to really get that meat coated. I want to stir. A lot of people like to use their hands, but that kind of grosses me out, frankly. So I'm just going to take this marinade and make sure all the meat is thoroughly coated in there. And what we're going to do next is wrap it up in plastic, and then we are going to refrigerate. I don't know if I can find the saran wrap right now, but I'm going to put a cover on that. I'm going to refrigerate that for anywhere as short as 30 minutes to as long as overnight. The longer you can marinate it, the more delicious and tender it's going to be. So we'll be back with more here in a few. Okay everybody, we are back. I have been marinating my beef probably about an hour. I have here the remaining half of my onion that I started with earlier. I've got over here in this pan, I have some hot oil, and I'm going to start cooking off my meat. First I'm going to add my onions to this pan.
That's what you want to hear.
That's right, that's what you want to hear. The pan is at medium-high. I'm going to start browning these onions. I'm going to cook these just down for about a minute or two. And then I'm going to start adding my beef. And, oh, by the way, inside here I have an Instant Pot going. My white rice is going in here. I don't know if you've ever used an Instant Pot for cooking rice, but if you do, I'm using here this Rice Select Basmati rice, which is a long grain basmati rice. If you, little tip, if you cook an Instant Pot, it'll tell you to use 2-to-1 water ratio. Regular cooking, use 1-to-1 water to rice when cooking an Instant Pot, and then let it do its natural pressure release rather than speeding up the pressure release. That'll help the rice absorb all the water, and you get perfect rice, just like a rice cooker every time. Okay, so my onions are here, they're starting to brown. I've got my beautifully marinated beef, and I'm gonna start throwing it in here, just in smaller batches. You definitely can't cook all of it at the same time here. And I don't want to pile these too high on top of each other. I want to just kind of keep them, you know, in a thin layer, and I'm just going to let them cook down along with some of that delicious juice, that marinade. That's about all I'll add for now, and I'll probably do 2 or 3 batches. I'm going to keep that heat high, and what you want it to do is eventually kind of turn into this like caramelized, really dark, delicious flavor. That meat is so great just on its own. It's great. You can put it on a sandwich and a baguette. You can serve it over rice. You can serve it over noodles. You can serve it with fresh veggies. But we're going to serve it with in kind of the classic Bulgogi way, which is with little butter lettuce leaves and rice, some toasted sesame seeds and scallions on top, a little bit more of a drizzle of the sauce. Probably let these cook for somewhere between 7 to 10 minutes per batch until they get kind of nice and gooey and caramelized, and I'll show you what you want them to look like. Okay, here we are back again, and we are finishing our first batch of Bulgogi. As you can see, this sauce is kind of thickening up. That delicious soy, sugar, sesame oil marinade is kind of thickening up in the pan, and you'll see the meat's kind of darkening. This is what I'm looking for. This is about where I want that meat to be. You see that sauce, so it doesn't really, in the pan it kind of, it's slow to pour down the sides. It's not in that thin soy sauce consistency. Okay, we'll keep cooking the meat in batches, and I'll show you how to finish it up. Okay, here we are with the last batch, and I'm going to show you how we're going to put all this together. We are going to take our sesame seeds here. This is just a great little nutty crunch. And then we're going to finish these with our delicious scallions. Look at this, how pretty that is. Now here's our wonderful, beautiful Bulgogi beef. And what I've done here, I've got these beautiful butter lettuce leaves. This is red butter lettuce. It's been washed and then patted dry with a towel. Over here, I'm going to show you how we're going to assemble these. We're going to make little tacos now. This is our butter lettuce. This is our Instant Pot made basmati rice, which remember the 1-to-1 ratio. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take one, we're just going to assemble a little taco. Oh, I've also gone and made some extra of the Bulgogi sauce on the side, and that's what you're going to drizzle across the top. We're going to start off with our butter leaf lettuce. We're going to take some of this, just a little bit of this white rice, put it right in there like that. Then we're going to come in here with a little bit of that delicious Bulgogi meat and some scallions, just like that. And if you'd like a little extra drizzle of the sauce, and there's your little taco. Let's see how it all came out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's on point. Always a huge hit.
It's my favorite thing that he makes.
Bulgogi dinner. Everybody enjoy. I hope you make this recipe for yourself. And I hope that we can all stand together through this coronavirus time and find fun and cool, interesting things to do, ways to be with our family, doing cool stuff together. And cooking is one of those things we like to do, so we're happy to share it with you here today. Thanks and good luck, everybody. Enjoy your bulgogi.